Hello guys, welcome back to another installment of Professor Charles's Live. Shoo-be-doo-doo. Oh yeah. And today we're going to talk about this movie, Pixar movie. So, yes sir, and you have not hit that subscribe button. What are you waiting for? If you want to stay notified, hit that bell so you can stay notified. So, let's talk about the movie Pixar Soul. So originally this movie was something I had planned to go see with friends. Unfortunately, it came out on Disney Plus app, came out on Christmas Day. I know there are a few films that came out on Christmas Day that are probably out right now and stuff like that. But let's talk about Soul. So Soul starts off with this musician named Joe that's like maybe in his late 30s, maybe late 40s, that is a music teacher. And that's how it starts off. And we see Joe is, teaching class how to play the musical instruments. But the thing is, he's not really wanting to do the job. And he's, and the reason for that, because Joe has a passion. He has a dream. And I think that's something that everyone can relate to with Joe. Joe's one of those people that, even though this is more of a film geared towards black people, everyone has a dream. And I think that's something that I liked about Joe's story. Joe, even though he got his check, for now being a full-time employee at the school, he was not satisfied. Like, I don't want to do this, you know what I'm saying? He got the check, but he wasn't happy. So, that was something that maybe some people can't relate to, some people can't relate to. It all depends on the person. But also we see in this film that Joe's dream is to be a musician, and what instrument does he play? He plays the piano. But also in this film, we see the person that's like his mother and the issues that him and his mother have with one another. in this movie, and let's talk about it. His mother is very against him becoming a musician. She's like, hey, look, she's like, Joe, when are you going to stop chasing these jobs down, these gigs? And get a pension and all this stuff, And, I'm sure people go through this where they're like, people try to discourage them from their dreams. And Joe is not letting up, But also Joe gets the call of a lifetime. And one of his former students calls him up and say, look, man, I got this gig for you. He said, all I need you to do is be there and be ready to, perform so this person can see that you're serious about this. And, with this film, we see that. We see Joe get prepared for it, him being happy about it. But then it takes an unexpected turn before Joe can literally get to, doing the other thing. He is now in the afterlife. And now he's at this great beyond. And what I like about Pixar films is the color. The color texture for Pixar films is very unique, And I think with Soul, it's very I love how they made the Great Beyond. The Great Beyond looks like this. It's like a staircase, and it's like this black and white. I don't know what it was supposed to be. Maybe just the end of everything, and then you see all these other souls on the staircase. And we see Joe trying to escape death, because he is he's dead. He gets on this bridge, on this staircase. He falls off of it pretty much into this other plane, and where they're younger souls. And they're some guardians over the younger souls. They're men, they're half the faces men and women, because sometimes the man side talks, the female side talks. And I guess that means showing the duality in human beings, or in general, that we have, the masculine and feminine in us. And I'm not going to dwell too much into that. But we see that these are the caretakers of the younger souls. The younger souls are a little bit more rambunctious and goofy, silly, and stuff like that. And I think with this movie, Jamie Foxx did a terrific job as a voice actor. I've never seen Jamie Foxx do voice acting. I was like, Jamie, I would love to see you do that again, man. You know what I'm saying? But then we come across 22, another main character in this film, which is played by Tina Fey. 22 is this rambunctious young soul that's been there for forever. They've been trying to get her to go back to the physical human world, and she is Not happening. And we see the difficulty moments that she had. 22 had Mother Teresa. She had Muhammad Ali. All these wonderful minds that try to help her get back to the physical plane, and she's like rebellious. She's like, I don't want to go back. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, wow. And you understand that no one really appreciated 22. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, like Mother Teresa said, you're the most irritating person ever. And I'm like, oh. I was like, wow, but then again, we understand why. But the film takes a turn where, pretty much 22 knows someone that can help Joe get his body back. Come across this hippie on his pirate ship with his band, his hippie band. And also, I want to talk to you about this in the film too before I forget. There is some mild language, like inappropriate language. So if you have kids, you got to close their ears for 2 scenes. Like, it's not a big scene. Like, it's not going to last forever. But 2 scenes where there's some cussing in it. So, yes, this is geared towards maybe late teens and adults. Excuse me, this film seemed like. But also, with Joe getting his body back, he had to find out where his body's at. He's in the hospital, unconscious, with the cat in his lap. But when they go back to Joe doesn't get to his body first. Tina Fey is in Joe's body. Well, 22. Then Joe's in the cat's body. And the cat is at the great beyond. It was the cute scene. Like, meow. The cat like, I don't want to die. Because the cat soul was there. I said, yo, this is crazy, yo. But I got to say, with this film, we see 22 learning how to be human. And also getting her back, her actual soul thing, her thing being completed. Because the thing is, you have, in order to use the Earth Pass to go back, you have to complete certain things, And I think with Tina Fey's character, 22, there is something I wish they would have kind of dwelled on. Learning about what did she become. I think she did something with music too, because she did help Joe patch up things and also build new connections with people. His barber, for one. We found out that Joe's barber didn't always want to be a barber. He wanted to be a veterinarian. His relationship with his mother, despite it being complicated, 22 was able to help him have a better relationship with his mother by being honest with her, despite her being angry and upset with him about it. I love the scene where the mother's friend, where Tina Fey's character 22 kisses his mother's friend on the lips. She's like, no, don't kiss her. And she's like, oh, and then the other friend's like, oh, you a cougar, huh? I was like, oh my God. That was just a little cute, funny scene. I know it made, it's not super creepy, but it's just like, it's like, wow, I didn't know that little scene in there. But I like that aspect of it. Also, we see the mother actually willing to help Joe. You know what I'm saying? She's like, look, come back. I'm going to give you a suit to wear to play the performance and everything. We also see 22 encourage Joe's student that came to his door and got her to still want to be passionate about music and playing the instrument because she felt like very discouraged. Also, we learned about lost souls, what happens to them. I love the scene where Joe is very worried about 22 and he goes back to save 22 because the lost souls, they become so lost where they become like this ugly, like darkness looking thing with tentacles. And, Joe is trying to snap her out of it and get her back to being, what she's about, 22. And we see that the spiritual hippie dude is the reason for that, I love when they meet him in the actual physical plane. I thought that was really neat. I think this film was really creative on Pixar's behalf. I like what they did with the film. I think the film is tell you to stay determined. Also, I love that we see Joe get a second chance in performing again. They enjoyed him so much the first time. He got the second gig. Now he's on the third gig. And I was like, yo, this is great. Now he's, and he's really able to do it, full time, it seemed like, because the musician that is student from a while back had, told the lady about, he was the reason for that to happen. And we learned about, Joe in pretty much 22 having to part ways. I thought it was so sad because we could see 22 was a little reluctant to give Joe the little Earth circle thing. And Joe was like, no, you take it. I've done my job here. You got to find your purpose. And the farewell was so like, oh my God. Like, I literally was like, that is so sad. But I wish we would have saw like maybe like what 22, what body did she go into? I'm sure it was a woman's body. Okay. But I'm sure like maybe she might have been like a musician, a music teacher, you know what I'm saying? Or something dealing with poetry, I don't know. It's interesting. It would have been interesting to see that. But I think this film, I give it a 5 out of 5. I think they did a really good job. I like a lot of the Pixar films. This one talks about like searching for your purpose and, don't let others discourage you. But I give this film a 5 out of 5. It was a great film. Look forward to it when it comes on DVD. I think they really, put some stuff into this film, man. Metaphysics, soul searching, what is a soul? You know what I'm saying? Astral, the astral plane, the spiritual plane, the physical plane, so this is my review on it today. Have you seen So? If you have not seen it, check it out when you get a chance. Until next time, guys.